The pet industry is worth over $150 billion, and some of the most consistent businesses inside it require zero storefront, zero employees, and almost zero startup money. Just you, a schedule, and a genuine love for animals. So in this video, we're going over exactly how to start a pet services business from scratch. Dog walking, pet sitting, drop-in visits, whatever direction makes sense for you. The steps to set it up, the tools to run it, and how to actually get clients without spending $1 on ads. I'm Erin from Side Hustle Mastery. Let's get into it. Before we jump in, quick disclosure, this video includes affiliate links for some of the tools and services we talk about, like Busy. If you use one of the links below, I may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. It just helps me keep making free content like this. Okay, let's get into it. Pet ownership is at an all-time high. People have more pets than ever, spending more money on them than ever, and still have jobs, travel, and go on vacation. When they do, their animals still need to be fed, walked, and looked after. And that's the gap you fill. Startup cost is basically zero, no inventory, no lease, no equipment. You're selling your time and your care, and you can realistically start this week. Some full-time pet sitters make $50,000 to $80,000 a year. Dog walkers in busy cities charge $20 to $50 per walk. 5 walks a day at $30 each is $150 a day, $750 a week, $3,000 a month from walking dogs. And that number climbs fast once you're consistently booked. The first thing you need to figure out is what services you're actually going to offer. Don't try to offer everything at once. There's dog walking, cat sitting, drop-in visits, overnight pet sitting, puppy care, pooper scooping, the list goes on. Get a solid understanding of what's out there, then pick 2 or 3 that fit your actual lifestyle. Something nobody really talks about when it comes to pet businesses is protecting yourself, specifically knowing what you will and won't take on, and it matters a lot. You do not have to take every dog that comes your way. That's your business, you get to decide. If you want to work specifically with small dogs, that is a completely valid niche. Smaller dogs are easier to manage, easier to transport, and safer in group settings. You can become the go-to small breed specialist in your area and charge accordingly. But even if you're not specializing by size, every new dog should go through an evaluation before you commit. Set up a short meet and greet, not just with the owner, but actually with the dog. If you do group walks or group care, bring the new dog into that environment and just watch how they interact with other dogs. Are they playful, anxious? Do they respect the other dogs or immediately cause problems? Some dogs are just not a fit, and that's okay. Declining a dog that isn't right for your setup isn't being difficult, it's being smart. The second thing you need to nail down is your business name. Keep it simple. It should either tell people exactly what you do or be memorable enough to stick. One tip that works, include your services in the name rather than just a location. Happy Paws Dog Walking gets found on Google a lot easier than something vague. The more descriptive you are, the more discoverable. If you use a city name, you want to think ahead, because once you grow beyond that area, you're kind of stuck with it. Before you commit, run it through 5 questions. Is it distinctive? Does it suggest what you do? Is it appropriate? Is it easy to remember? And can you actually register it? Meaning nobody in your state already has it. Once you have a name, you need to make your business actually look real. If your profile or Instagram looks thrown together, people won't trust you with their dog. It doesn't matter how good you actually are at the job. And what's great is you don't need a designer. Canva has free templates built specifically for pet businesses, like logos, business cards, client intake forms, social posts, all of it. You can put together a complete brand identity in an afternoon. And yeah, if you want to check out Canva, you can use our link down below. Next up is your legal structure. An LLC is the move for most people starting out. It legally separates you from the business. So if something goes wrong, your personal finances stay protected. If you're unsure what structure makes sense, talk to a CPA or a lawyer first. There are real tax differences depending on how you set it up. So here's what it looks like on Busy. So I've got LLC selected for entity type, and then I selected California as the state. So you have 3 packages. Basic is free, then we have standard for $199, then premium for $299, and then you have the $75 California state fee. Most people go with standard. It covers your registered agent. It's free for your first year. You also get a free first month of virtual address service. Then you also have your EIN, business tax number included, and operating agreement. So your EIN is basically a social security number for your business. The IRS uses it to identify you for taxes, and you need it to open a business bank account and file properly. With Without it, nothing is officially tied to your business. It's free on the IRS website, 5 minutes to get. Every state is a little different, but generally you're looking at $150 to $350 to get everything official. Or if you want to check out Busy, we will put our link down below. You can select your state. Every state does have a different state fee, but yeah, link down below for Busy. Something that trips a lot of people up early on is sales tax. Just because pet sitting isn't a traditional service doesn't mean you're automatically exempt from collecting it. The fastest way to figure it out, Google your state name plus division of taxation. You'll get a phone number, call it, tell them what you do. They will know exactly what applies to you. Don't guess, just make the call. All right, so that's it for the legal stuff. Now let's get into the part that actually makes you money. Before you take on a single client, you need to make sure you're properly licensed and insured. Check whether your state requires any licenses or certification for pet care services. More states are starting to regulate this industry, so don't assume you're automatically in the clear. Insurance is non-negotiable. Pet care coverage runs about $20 to $50 a month for most basic policies. It covers things like a dog getting injured in your care, damage to a client's home, or a dog getting loose. Get covered before you take on your first client. All right, so once you're set up legally, you need to figure out what you're actually going to charge. Look at what 5 to 15 other pet sitters and dog walkers in your area are charging. Check Google, Rover, and Wag to see what people in your area are actually charging, and keep in mind rates vary a lot depending on where you live. In Irvine, California, for example, top-rated walkers are charging $23 to $27 per walk. Your market might be higher or lower, so do the research locally before you set anything. General starting points, dog walks are around $20 to $40. Drop-in visits are around $15 to $25. Overnight stays are around $50 to $100. Cat sitting is around $15 to $20. Price yourself at or near your local average when starting out, never below it. You can offer a first booking discount to get clients in the door, but your standard rate stays at market. Once you're booked solid with good reviews, raise it. When you're ready to start getting clients, you need to be on the right platforms. The two biggest ones for pet services are Rover and Wag. Rover is the larger one. You set up a profile, list your services and rates, and clients book you directly through the app. They take a percentage of each booking, but the visibility when you're just starting is worth it. As your reviews build, you can start working with clients directly off platform and keep the full payment. Wag runs more like an on-demand model. They assign walks in your area based on availability. Start with both, get reviews, build trust, then as you grow, direct bookings and referrals take over. One of the most underrated parts of building a pet services business is referrals, and it's the one thing that actually compounds over time. Happy pet owners talk. They tell their neighbors, coworkers, friends at the dog park. One great client can send you 3 more without you doing a thing, but you have to be intentional about it. After a few successful bookings, just ask directly, something like, if you know anyone looking for a dog walker, I'd love the referral. It feels awkward at first, but it isn't. People refer businesses they trust all the time. They just need the nudge. And you can also incentivize it. Offer $10 off their next booking for every referral that converts. Tiny cost, real results. Word of mouth in a local service business will outperform any ad you'll ever run. Build that habit early on. Once the clients start coming in, you need to get paid professionally and keep your finances clean. Keep all business income and expenses completely separate from your personal money from day one. Open a dedicated business checking account. Most banks offer free options. Also set up a PayPal business account. You can accept credit card payments from clients without ever seeing their actual card information. PayPal handles the transaction, which means the liability stays with them, not you. The last piece of the setup is building a proper client intake system. Every new client fills out a form before you start. This is what separates a real business from someone just doing favors. Your intake form should cover the pet's name, breed, age, and weight, the owner's vet contact and emergency contact, any medical conditions or medications, behavioral notes, feeding instructions, and household access info for in-home visits. Build it as a clean PDF in Canva or use Google Forms. Both work fine when you're starting out. As your client list grows, look into dedicated pet sitting software like Precise Pet Care to manage bookings, scheduling, and client notes in one place. Most offer free trials so you can test a few before you commit. And if you want to take this further, a tool like GoHighLevel can help you build out more than just a basic booking page. For example, I selected a grooming template here, but you can customize it depending on your business. So this could be a pet grooming request form, it could be a pet sitting form, it could be a dog walking inquiry form, it could be a boarding request form. You can change the fields, adjust the questions, collect the customer's information, and make it fit whatever service you offer. And the reason this is helpful is because GoHighLevel is a full CRM, so you can also automate what happens after someone fills out the form. So you can automatically send follow-up texts, appointment reminders, booking confirmations, review requests after the service, and even keep track of new leads in one place. So instead of just collecting a name and phone number, you can actually build a system around it. That is what makes it more than just a form builder. It can become the back end of your client communication. So if you're trying to build this into a real business and not manually text every single person back, GoHighLevel is worth looking into. Link is in the description. That is the full breakdown. Pick your services, know what you will and won't take on, get the legal side handled, get on Rover, get insured, and start asking for referrals. That's genuinely what it takes to build something real here. And if you want to check out any of these tools that I mentioned to help kickstart your journey, Canva, Busy, and GoHighLevel are all in the description below. Those are affiliate links, so using them supports the channel at no extra cost to you. They really help us keep making free guides like this. Drop a comment and let me know what type of pet service you're planning to start, and subscribe. We drop new side hustle breakdowns every week. I'm Erin from Side Hustle Mastery. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.